What's going on, everyone? I want to welcome you back to another edition of Reading Q&As. This is the segment where I read to you guys my questions that I send to different professional athletes and celebrities, and I read back the responses and share them to you guys on YouTube. In this edition, I received a response back from very successful minor league baseball player David Freitas. David's played in 5 different major league organizations: the Washington Nationals, the Oakland Athletics, Chicago Cubs, Baltimore Orioles, and currently David is playing for the Atlanta Braves organization. He is with the AAA Gwinnett Braves, and I know this is the year he's hoping to make his major league debut. So I received some great responses back from David, and in honor of the team David plays for, the Atlanta Braves, I decided to wear this sweatshirt for this video. So let's get into the questions. First question: from a player's perspective, is spring training too long or just the right length? At what point in spring training do you feel ready to start playing regular season games? I think spring training is a good length because for me, the more at-bats I get, the better I feel going into season. As a catcher, we only catch 4 to 5 innings, so it's not very taxing on the body, especially if they give catcher the DH. I think it's the perfect length. Really good response right there. I've always been curious about that. I do feel it's different for different players. Maybe players that are the more veteran players, probably it's too long for them, or I don't know. Maybe it depends on position, but just interesting response right there. Since you have played at every level in the minor leagues, what level do you feel is the toughest adjustment to make? Example, A ball to AA, AA to AAA. What do you feel is the hardest jump? A ball to AA, because once you get to AA, there is more talent. Every pitcher you face is good, and every player you play with is also good. That's what I've heard before too, that usually A ball to AA is the toughest adjustment, so David's response is right in line with that. How would you describe yourself as a player? What would you say are your strengths? What would you say are your weaknesses? I would describe myself as a guy who is very professional. I always get there early. I always do extra work. I keep myself ready every single day. I never take a day for granted. My strengths are, as a hitter, I'm very disciplined and consistently square the ball up. Catching would be my receiving and my game calling. My weaknesses would be my speed. Really good description right there by David. Some good attributes to have, so definitely really cool to hear. When you're working with a new pitcher for the first time, what questions would you ask them, / how would you speak to them to get on the same page as them? I ask every pitcher pretty much the same thing. Number 1, what do you throw? And number 2, what do I call on an 0-2 count? But it can't be a fastball. That gives me a good idea of what their best pitches are. I really like that second part of that question with the 0-2 count, because that's the pitcher's out pitch, so it's important for the catcher to know what they're setting up to get that batter out. Having been a part of 5 organizations now, you have worked with several successful catchers. Who would you say are some of the catchers you have learned the most from throughout your pro career? I would say Bobby Henley, catching coordinator for the Washington Nationals, taught me a lot on receiving, catching, and throwing. Chris Maholick, also Washington Nationals, taught me how to call a game. Hopefully I didn't butcher any of those names. Number 6, playing for the Chicago Cubs AA and AAA team last year and then winning the World Series. Did you see that potential in that team last year as potential World Series champs? Who were some of your close friends that played with the Cubs in the playoffs last year? I definitely saw that potential in their organization. My best buddies that were in the World Series were Rob Zastrinsky and Albert Amora. Albert Amora is one heck of a ball player, so that's really cool right there. You are playing with the Braves now. The Braves are a rebuilding team with fantastic talent. What are you seeing from this Braves team, especially from the younger players? How has Brian Snitker been as a manager as well? Brian is awesome. He's given players opportunities, and as a player, that's all you can ask for. I was lucky enough to meet Brian at spring training this year, and he seems like a great guy, a great manager, and he's been with the Braves organization for such a long time, so he's a Brave at heart. Toughest pitchers for you throughout your career, or is there one pitcher that for whatever reason you just can't get a hit off of? Brandon Workman for the Red Sox. Yeah, Brandon Workman's pretty nasty. It's unfortunate he's been injured the last couple of years, but when he's pitching, he's pretty filthy, that guy. Favorite minor league ballpark? Charlotte Knights, Durham Bulls, Sacramento River Cats, my hometown, and the Harrisburg Senators. Some pretty good ballparks. I've heard some of those responses before, so definitely want to check out some of the ballparks one day. Final question, best spring training ballpark / facility in your opinion? Chicago Cubs, hands down. Chicago Cubs just built a new spring training facility last year, so I'm sure the place is gorgeous and top-notch. So those are my responses from David. Again, I can't thank David enough for taking the time out of his busy season to answer those questions for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever seen David play before in person at a game, or have met him or have his autograph. Let me know in the comments below. So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Leave some comments below in the comment section and follow me on social media. My links are in the description box below. So thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time.